Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Cockpit Design Toy Review. And today we're looking at the 1990 release by Hasbro of the G.I. Joe vehicle review. And today's vehicle review we'll be looking at Destro's Dominator. Now I got this straight from eBay by winning an auction bid of $30, not counting the shipping of $20. And it's a really worth buy because it's really hard to find anyone that's willing to ship such a large scale vehicle out from the US. So I'm quite lucky to get this complete, of course without the box and instruction manual, but that doesn't stop me, of course. It's really hard to get the Destro Dominator with a box actually, especially on this version. Now it doesn't come with a figure because it never came with a figure when it originally released in 1990. So it's quite pondering why Hasbro decided not to give this vehicle a figure, considering the sheer size of it. Well, go figure anyway. Now let's take a look at the colors being applied onto the Destro's Dominator. There's actually 4 types of colors if you don't count the clear translucent plastic onto the canopy hatches itself. 4 types of colors. One of them will be light red, as you can see there, for the body itself. Now for the autocannon gun, the side engines, the engine for the vehicle, and the tail fin are made of a black plastic material color. Both sides of the tank treads here is made of a gray plastic material color. 4 of the missiles, 2 of the side guns, even the turret for the autocannon and this section here, 2 of the miniguns, the rotor blades, and the 4 wheels are made of a dull gold plastic material color, which is very nicely done. At least there's a few number of colors being applied onto the vehicle, so it doesn't look bland if it's just one singular color. Plus the fact that with the stickers applied onto it, it makes it look really more nicer. Now speaking of the sticker labels itself, we have the Iron Grenadier logo, or Destro's Iron Grenadier logo, which is in black or gold. There's also another one at the cockpit here, and also on the side as well. Here is interesting. What you see is the capital of DD613, but if you look closer, there's actually some wordings there. The first one stating Destro Dominator 6°13. Smaller stickers that stated rescue. Bottom section of the autocannon here, there's a warning label that stated 80mm autocannon. Very nice. Warning labels for the jet intake. More warning labels here. The engine of the name of the engine itself, and even the rotor blades itself also have a warning label. Very nice. Very nicely done. Now let's take a look at the size comparison with the Iron Grenadier Destro here. Now the vehicle is rather large, as you can see here. Or side view, or front view. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the details for the Destro's Dominator. Now unlike the 80s G.I. Joe vehicles, the 90s period they start to dwindle down a little bit on the detail for the entire vehicle itself, especially 90s onwards. So for the Destro Dominator, it doesn't have a lot of details. You got the tank treads, as you can see, very generic looking, very large tank treads. You got the autocannon at the bottom here. You got the cockpits. Even inside the cockpit, it doesn't have a lot of details. And what I really don't like is that at the bottom section, inside of the cockpit itself, you can see the hollow out turret. I really wish that they actually covered it up, not leaving a huge gaping hole there. It doesn't look very attractive at all. Also the engine details there. You cannot open the covers at all to reveal the inside of the engine, so that's a little bit disappointing there. Got the side engines as well. You got the dual barrel guns, the cannons, the missiles, the miniguns on the side. There's also missile pod here, very nice. And that's what you're going to get for the Destro Dominator. It doesn't have as complex details compared to the Cobra M or any other vehicles itself. So it's a little bit disappointing on the detail part, but to compensate that, the vehicle has a lot of features. But first things first, let's take a look at the cockpit. Now you have two cockpits. One of the cockpit actually opens up this way, the other cockpit actually opens up from this way. Now let's try to place a figure inside by using the Iron Grenadier Destro. Have him sit down like so. And there you have it. Very nice. You must be wondering, is it compatible to fit a 25th anniversary figure or a 30th anniversary figure? Yes, it does. This is the 25th anniversary Iron Grenadier, and all I have to do is just place him in like so. Have him sit properly. And there you have it. Very nice. What about the other cockpit, you ask? The other cockpit also works the same. However, this one is a bit more trickier. You have to bend the legs a little bit. Even the vintage figure that tried to sit in this cockpit, you still need to bend the figure's leg a little bit, so it will sit all the way in, like so. It's the cockpit design flaw, not the figure, because it has the same problem with the vintage figure as well. As you can see, this is already straightened up, so if you try to put it that way, it doesn't close the cockpit properly, as you can see here. So you have to have the figure bend a little bit like so in order to have it close. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the Destro Dominator's features. First things first, it has a lot of weapons. Before we go to the missiles, let's take a look at the weapons that's already attached onto the vehicle. We have two side miniguns, one side here, one side on the other side, and you can swivel the minigun all the way to the back or to the front or below like so. Then we have dual barrel cannons that swivel all the way to the back or to the front. Same goes on the other side as well. Then we have the side pod missile pod, which you can actually roll like so. It's a bit hard to roll actually, but there you have it. Very nice. Then each side of the tank treads itself, we have two missiles placed on each side, and you can actually remove the missiles like so. Here we have the autocannon turret, which is swivel 360 degrees. Can pivot downwards depending on where you aim it, because due to the button at the back here, it hinders the bottom section of the cockpit, as you can see. Can pivot upwards as well. Now the autocannon is a spring loaded mechanism, so all you have to do is load the missile like so until you hear a click. The back portion here is the button to release the missile. Let's try it out. After all these years, the spring still works very well and very hard too. And that's all the weapons. This is a gunship. When I say gunship, it's not just a tank, if you can already guess already, since there's rotors on the top. This is a tank with a lot of guns, and this is a gunship with a lot of weapons. And when I say gunship, yes, if you haven't guessed already, you can transform this entire vehicle. First things first, we pull the back fin all the way back. We also pull the side engines all the way back like so, so elongating the entire vehicle. Pretty long, as you can see. This is already quite a huge vehicle. Then we fold all the rotor blades straighten up like so. And finally, we fold the tank treads until you hear a clip. So you click it on like so, and there you have it. This is the Destro's Dominator, which transforms into a land vehicle or a gunship. And yes, the rotor spins. Wobbly, but still spins. Very nice. Very huge vehicle. Let's turn it back to the tank mode to perform the final demonstration. Fold the helicopter blades on one side. As you can see, two of the blades can be folded. One of the blade itself is molded permanently to one fixed location. So all you have to do is just fold the other two and not the third one. And finally, we have the wheels. Now the wheels now, it does roll, but it doesn't roll that well enough because it's quite heavy. I mean, for the weight itself. So the wheels are just a bit bogged down. When I meant heavy, I didn't mean it being that it's so heavy that you can't lift it. It's just the plastic itself is, the weight of the plastic is wearing the wheels down, so it can't actually roll that well. Now overall, this vehicle is pretty impressive, pretty big, especially when you transform it into a gunship. And I really like it. I really like the amount of features for this vehicle. There's a lot of guns. There's spring-loaded mechanism. There's transformation. It's a two-seater. Very nice. And it can fit not only just the vintage, but also the current new figures. What's not to like? Although there's not a lot of details for the Destro's Dominator, unlike the 80s vehicles. But I really love the amount of features that it doesn't get old. You can play it as a tank, you can always have it as a gunship. There's a lot of things to go around with this. So if I'm going to give a rating on this, yes, the details are not that great, but the features alone are worth playing. So I'll give it a nice 9 out of 10. So I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.